If you like mountain biking and you're struggling to find good sunglasses because they're all too big, stick around. I have some recommendations for you. Hello and welcome. I'm Eyeglass Tyler. Today I'm going to talk to you about our top picks for mountain biking sunglasses for smaller faces. The aim of this obviously is to give you some good recommendations, some good options to consider if you have smaller face and you've been struggling to find a good pair of sunglasses for mountain biking, but also kind of to give you an idea of what to look for, what's out there. All of these frames are going to have a good amount of coverage, whether that mean a nice wrap to them or an oversized lens. As you can tell, a couple of these are quite large in the lens department. But also we want to talk grip. I think it's pretty important. I think the best thing that you can say about a pair of eyewear is you can put them on and you can forget about them. You shouldn't have to fuss with them. Once you put them on, you shouldn't have to think about them again. You should be able to focus on what you're doing. And I think that these all achieve that. And fit is going to be important there as well. Obviously, we're talking smaller sizes, but even beyond that, you can have a smaller frame that just doesn't fit well. And so I think these are all pretty good at fitting quite well. Especially under a helmet. You have that helmet compatibility. Grip is important that they stay on your face once you put them on. Grip in the temples, grip in the nose, ideally both. I'll talk about that and what these frames have to offer. Most importantly, these are all in that SFW range of 128 to 132 millimeters. You don't really want to go any larger than that. If you're not familiar with what SFW means, it means SportRx frame width. That gives you the measurement that actually gives you an effective, practical idea of how they will fit on your face, rather than some of the arbitrary numbers that you see on a frame that don't actually give you a good idea of how they will fit practically. And so that's what the SFW does for you. If at the end of this, you're liking any of these styles, you're ready to order, do not forget about SportRx. Definitely don't forget about our See Better guarantee, because with that, you're never stuck with something that you don't like or just doesn't work for you. If you like one of these, you order them, and as well as I can explain them, they just still don't work out for you. That's totally fine. You have as long as 45 days of them to figure that out. Even if you get them in prescription, you just reach out to us. We take care of you no matter what that means on our end. Also, by the way, we have opticians who would love to help you get it right the first time, so you could always call us and use us as a resource, because we'd love to hear from you. All right, well, let's talk about these frames. We're going to start off with the Oakley Flak XS. Pretty good sport frame. I think that if there's someone out there that's looking for a good versatile sport frame with a good wrap lens and a smaller form factor, this is the smallest frame on this table. The Flak XS is amazing. This is really just the shrunken down version of their immensely popular Flak 2.0 XL. This is, well, actually probably just a Flak 2.0, because the XL just means the extended lens. This is more typical, or more similar rather, to the shape of the standard Flak 2.0. I've always said XL in the past, and I'm just realizing right now that I should just be saying Flak 2.0. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't really matter. But everything that you get in that amazing frame, you can also essentially get in this frame. It's just in a smaller form factor. And that is to say, that amazing O-Matter frame material that's very lightweight, very durable, and very flexible, especially in that temple area where it really matters. Grip all over the place. A ton of that unobtainium, that hydrophilic grip, that means it actually grips better, even as you sweat, even as it gets wet. And that same hydrophilic grip in the nose piece as well. Their 3-point fit system is fantastic. I say they as in Oakley. Their 3-point fit system is essentially designed to be, you put them on and you can forget about them. The frame then just performs for you, and you don't have to think about it or fuss with it. Definitely, you got helmet compatibility here thanks to this semi-rimless design. You have interchangeable lens functionality. I was talking about liking the idea of a versatile sport frame. That's extra versatility with additional lenses that you can have in just the one frame chassis. You can have different lenses for different sports if you aren't only a mountain biker, if you do other things. Really awesome option coming out of Oakley, and definitely available in prescription, and with all of those amazing prism lens technologies also in prescription. Pretty fantastic. When it comes to sizing, this has an SFW of 128 millimeters. Next up, we have a 100%. This is the Speedcraft XS, similar to the Flak. This is a smaller down version of the immensely popular 100% Speedcraft. And again, everything that you got out of the Speedcraft, or you get out of the Speedcraft, you get in the Speedcraft XS as well. And that is a gigantic lens. If you were looking for coverage and visibility and field of view, it doesn't get any better than something like this Shield, this Speedcraft XS. Huge lens, no obstruction anywhere to be heard of. Semi-rimless design means seamless vertical up and down. So you look down, you are not going to be seeing a frame, no obstruction in your visual field at all. They went with a TR90 nylon frame material, which is fantastic. Not super flexible, but incredibly lightweight and nice and durable and very good quality. If you aren't familiar with TR90, that is a top tier frame material for sure. A little bit of adjustability in the temple tip here, really just enough to give you a bit of customizability in how it's fitting against your head and ideally under your helmet. This frame boasts a saddle style nose bridge, which I'm a huge fan of because it gives you more dispersion of weight across the nose, as well as more surface area, surface contact area, which means better grip. And so there is grip in the temple, and that grip in the nose means that these things are going to stay very well in place and on your face. They have some good sweat management systems like these notches here in the temple and just the overall design of the lens. So it is going to manage sweat a little better than your typical Shield for sure. They do design this to encourage ventilation. There aren't any like venting holes outside of in the nose bridge. There is that to speak of. There is some venting in the nose that'll help to encourage circulation to minimize on fogging. Solid frame across the board. If you like a good Shield design, you can't beat this. Unfortunately, not available in prescription. So do keep that in mind. If you need prescription, this isn't an option, unfortunately. When it comes to sizing, this has an SFW of 128 millimeters. Hey, if you're liking this content, maybe you have additional questions about mountain biking sunglasses, or perhaps you have prescription needs, well, be sure to reach out to one of our very friendly and knowledgeable SportRx opticians because they're eagerly awaiting your call. And for even more small face frame reviews, unboxings, or prescription mountain biking content, you can check out our videos and our blogs. We'll put a link in the description below. Next up, we have a Nike. This is the Maverick Small. So again, yet another, now I'm realizing every one of these frames on this table is a smaller version of a larger version that exists out there. This is the small version of the Maverick. Maverick actually is a whole family of frames, but this looks identical to the traditional Maverick. It's just smaller, scaled down version. It is more of an athleisure frame, I would say. Really the only frame on here that is going to work really well on and off the trails seamlessly. You're not going to look odd wearing this when you're riding. You're not going to look odd when you're wearing this just walking around doing your thing day to day. It's a really solid style, really great for the sport, lots of grip. You have grip in the temple, you have grip in the nose. One thing I do want to mention about this nose bridge, they are utilizing this design in a lot of their styles, and it's a really good concept. It's this floating nose bridge design that does have a bit of that saddle style effect to it, which I always say I love. I love a saddle style nose bridge. However, this one's a little bit more rigid. So it's not as forgiving in different bridge shapes and sizes. So if you have a nose bridge that has given you trouble in the past with glasses, keep that in mind. This may still work well for you. This one in particular does have a bit softer of a nose bridge material, but it isn't quite as forgiving. But for those of you it fits well. It is really nice because it's vented. It is designed, it sits away from the frame a little bit, so it's designed to absorb impact a little bit better. It is a good concept. Just keep that in mind if you've had trouble with bridge fit in the past, if you're looking at this frame favorably. The frame material that they use is an injected frame material, 40% castor bean oil, which is pretty cool. A little more eco-conscious there. In the temple, very, very flexible, especially at the ends of the temple where it really matters, where you want it to be holding onto the side of the head, not creating too much tension, but enough to keep it on your face. Really, really well-designed frame. This is also very highly RXable. You can put a wide range of prescriptions in this frame thanks to that 6 base lens curvature. It makes it a lot more friendly to prescriptions, even stronger prescriptions. So that's definitely a plus. This has an SFW of 130 millimeters. And last but not least, we have the Oakley Sutro S, probably the coolest frame on the table. Very, very hip. I love this frame a lot, and I'm really glad that they decided to come out with an S version. So the Sutro was very successful, and they made a few different variants of it, including this Sutro S. A really solid style coming out of Oakley. I like it a lot. Full wrap design. You do have that shield design. It is a full frame though, which is not as common. It's pretty cool. I think we're seeing, since the Sutro in particular, we're seeing a kind of an uprise in more styles similar to this from other brands, which I'm liking. I'm really digging it. You can swap lenses in this. You can have multiple sets of lenses. Unfortunately, it's not available in prescription, but it's okay. It's what we come to expect when you have these big shield designs. You can't have everything in life, unfortunately. But really cool design. It has a little more of a lifestyle appeal. I think it is definitely more of a hip, maybe younger vibe. Don't let that worry you if you aren't younger. I think it looks good on a lot of people. I love the nose bridge on this. They do go with a saddle style, meaty nose bridge you have here with all of that unobtainium. Very soft, nice and grippy, really, really solid design on that, and I'm a huge fan. It is available with a wide range of prism lens technology, so definitely check that out with whatever you are interested in. When it comes to sizing, this has an SFW of 132 millimeters. That wraps it up for our top picks for mountain biking sunglasses for smaller faces. Now you're equipped with at least a few more options that should be amazing for you. If you are liking any of these styles and you're ready to shop, stick around for just a moment longer. We're gonna have an easy to click shop now button you can hit. And if you are ready to order, again, don't forget about that See Better guarantee. I really think it gives you a ton of peace of mind. And if peace of mind is your thing, us opticians, that's like peak peace of mind. We will help you get it right the first time, and we would love to hear from you. So why not reach out to us? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was interesting or valuable information to you. If it was, please throw us a like because that helps us out. You can find relevant videos over here. If you are ready to shop any of these amazing styles, you can click this button right here, take you straight to them. Also, if you're looking for some other cool content, some fun, exciting content, you should check us out on our social media outlets because we have cool stuff there too.